15th Annual Latin Jazz and Salsa Festival, brought to you by Dominion Energy. Wow, Dominion Energy back in the house with us. Muchísimas gracias. Rosie's Gaming Emporium, Master and Sons Plumbing, the Richmond Hilton Downtown, the Parks and Recreation and Richmond Festival of the Arts Program presents the 15th Annual Latin Jazz and Salsa Show Festival. El sonero del siglo XXI, Herman Olivera, is back in town. What do you think, Nena?
I am excited. I can't wait. August 27th is going to be our quinceañera.
Right
so come
on.
and join us. The food is going to be great. The sponsors are going to be great. That's what we go for. You know, the music, the sponsors, the food.
It is going to be fantastic. We have a special guest in the studio today. We got a very special guest. His name is Mr. Preston Brown. And I call him my mentor, let me tell you. And I don't have many in my life. You know, it was my mother, my father, my uncle, my grandmother, and then there's Preston Brown.
Yes.
You know, I came to this town over 20 years ago, and I needed some help. I needed advertising for a small company called Master and Sons Plumbing. And I kept driving by the street, 32nd Street in Hull, and there was a radio station there. And I was afraid to walk in, you know, but finally, after a while, I got the cojones. I got the cojones, and I said, let me go inside there, let me see what's going on. I walked in, and there was no security, no receptionist, no nothing. There was a glass wall, and there's a white guy on the air, and his name is Chris Bopes, which I found out later that he's a founding member of a widely famous band called Guar. And the guy calls me into the studio, and he interviews me live on the air, and I'm saying, what the heck is this, you know? And he goes, well, what do you want? I said, I want to get advertising. He goes, yeah, the owner's in the back. And I go to the back, again, no security, no nothing, you know, no receptionist. And there's this black guy at the coffee machine making coffee. So I say, hey, you know, I want to speak to the owner. He goes, he's speaking to him.
Was he in an orange jumpsuit?
So me and Mr. Brown, we start talking. And before I walk out of there, I thought I walked out with advertising. I walked out with a 30-minute radio show. And from there on, me and Mr. Brown have been friends, helped me along. The show turned from a half hour to an hour to 2 to 3 to 2 radio stations, to him going through his career changes and me calling and him coming to this building and showing me on my computer, Lou, you can stay on the air, check this out, and showed me what internet radio was. And we kept punching and punching away at it, and we're here to this day.
Yes.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to you Mr. Preston Brown.
Thank you, Lou, for letting me come by and be part of the famous Latin Jazz and Salsa Show.
Thank you, sir. Without you, there would be no Latin Jazz and Salsa Show or festival. Or festival. Remember that Mr. Brown owned WHAP. He used to own WHAP in Hopewell.
Yeah.
And our first year there, I said, I want to give something back to the community. Can we hold a live show in the parking lot? And he says, yeah. And I'll bring some what was it? He said, I'll bring some school supplies. And I said, okay, and I'll bring some hot dogs and burgers. And we had the first festival of the Latin Jazz and Salsa Show in the parking lot of WHAP 15 years ago.
I still got some pictures.
You know, we got to share those pictures.
Yes.
And then we had the second annual, and Mr. Preston Brown got people to bring animals for viewing and jungle gyms, and we donated school supplies, and then we invented the game We invented the game, the jungle gym game, the toilet bowl game, if you remember that. You know, the toilet bowl game. And the police showed up, and we thought we were in trouble at there. And no, what they came is that they enjoyed the show with us, and it was absolutely fantastic that Mr. Brown had the foresight to see that the festival and the radio show bring the community together. And then you sold WHAP. And we moved, we were back in, you know, our hometown.
Still ain't got paid.
You know, still ain't got paid. Still waiting for that check.
I lost money, I ain't get paid.
Oh,
wow.
But I ain't mad.
you know?
Yeah, I ain't mad.
So we came back for the third year, and I said, Mr. Brown, we gotta have a festival. And he said, well, let's have a block party. Let's see what we got on the air. Let's see, we got a call.
We got it on the air.
I bet you don't.
Hello, you're on the air.
Hey,
Hey.
That's
Thank you.
Ralph, though. Is that Ralph?
That's Ralph.
Hey, you still in Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
Hey, man, good. Hey, you didn't know I could recognize your voice that good, did you? Yeah. No. We go way back. I recognize your voice.
Is that incredible? You got callers calling you from Puerto Rico, man.
Yes.
You know, is that incredible? You're listening to the Latin Jazz and Salsa Show, WHAP 96.9 FM, 1340 on your AM dial, every Saturday from 12 to 3 p.m. And it is incredible. Ralph, do you remember those days? You know, incredible, man. It was fantastic. And we had our third annual festival at a block party on Hull Street.
Now, Lou, I went into the store and I started talking to him. And I was telling him about your show. He said, I didn't know they played that music here. I said, yeah, it's the baddest show in town.
That's right.
Right
The next thing I know, he was down at the show.
on, right on.
Look at that.
Incredible. And the show has fantastic, man. Fantastic. Thank you for calling in, Ralph. We love you, bro. Absolutely. We expect you to come on down, bro. Oh, I love you, man. All right. And, you know, we had the third annual festival at Hull Street, and the people were saying, oh, that's a black community. You can't have a Spanish festival in a black community. Wow, were they wrong?
Sure was.
How wrong were they?
Not only did we do that show, we put a country show on.
Yes, yeah, you know what I mean? It was incredible. We closed all four corners, and then we used the parking lot of the used car lot for the food vendors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people were just, it became a love fest, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to the Latin Jazz and Salsa Show, WHAP 96.9 FM, an interview with Mr. Preston Brown. Hey, Preston, what do you think that we're having our 15th annual Latin Jazz and Salsa Festival this year at the Dogwood Dell Amphitheater? Starting off with such humble beginnings, we're bringing Grammy Award winners, Grammy nominees, legends in Latin Jazz and Salsa. You know, is that incredible?
Incredible, and even on that point, you bringing in Miss Kathy Hughes.
That's right. Miss Kathy Hughes of Casino One will be coming on down to speak to the people, you know. And I want to let you guys know, you need a seed. You can't grow something if there isn't a seed.
Right.
You know, you can have the most fertile soil in the world, but if there's nothing in the soil to grow, you know, it's not going to grow. And Mr. Preston Brown is the guy who planted the seed for the Latin Jazz and Salsa Show and Festival. We can't, it's real.
Well,
Yes.
I'm working with the casino now, and what I'm trying to do is they're having an event hall,
Uh-huh.
and I'm trying to bring your event to the casino.
Thank
We
you.
can, you know, we can get it going right.
Right on.
You know, because a lot of the folks we got in charge in this city is not community orientated. You know, they don't care about the community. All they want to do is get elected, and then that's the end of it. But we need people who are going to be involved in the community and give back and be part. How you going to elect someone that you don't never see? How they going to represent you and speak for you when they don't even come near you? And that's what we got in this city. And we need to change that. I talked to Lou a couple times years ago about running. I tried to get him to run for office.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, but that's what we need people like you that will get involved in politics, that can bring the real issues to General Assembly, to the City Council, to Chesterfield and other places, because they're not involved in our community.
I appreciate that, ladies and gentlemen. We're having a live interview with the one and only Mr. Preston Brown. And let the people know about your radio show, what time it's on and what station.
I do a radio show every Saturday night on 101.3 FM from 7 to 9 o'clock. And then I come back on Sundays and I do 2 to 4. Then I have a TV show which we're taping right now as we speak. And that show comes on the CW network on CW 65. Saturdays at 2 a.m. and Sundays at 3.
Fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. Tune in to the Latin Jazz and Salsa Show every Saturday from 12 to 3 p.m. for your listening pleasure. There is no show like this show around this show, the one and only Latin Jazz and Salsa Show.
Oh.